Hello and welcome back to the Chasin Bracelets promotion here. We're at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas, Nevada. You are seeing final table coverage of our tag team event. My name's Brian, this is Chris. We're happy you're tuning back in to see the conclusion of the event that we were streaming earlier today.
Yeah, this is fun. So all of these players and their partners, because this is a tag team event, you have to wait at least one orbit in order to switch out. So if you want to do every other orbit, they can. Some players will, some players won't. But everybody who's at this table is now qualified for the main event tomorrow, who's going to be playing for a World Series of Poker main event buy-in package. Tonight, so all these 9 players are already in, Brian.
Yes.
But they are playing for belts, and you will not see any blinking going on because they want to win those belts. They want to be on the poster. And so tonight, now it's all about pride, and it's all about getting that lasting memory of, I won a belt in Las Vegas.
And that sounds amazing. I would love to be out there playing, but second best is we're in here talking about it. But yeah, these players, actually the winner will be getting, the 2 players will be getting $10K extra onto their starting stack tomorrow. But let's go ahead and introduce our players. In seat 1, we have Jose Waybright and Dan Stanley. They're out of Delaware. They're going to start with 61,000 in chips. We're already starting to see potentially some fun shaping up. So Justin and Gordo, they are going to be in seat 6 from Illinois, 121,000 starting stack. And then we have Adam Sabatka and Michelle Bain out of Nebraska, 153,000 in chips. And we have an all-in by Justin and Gordo. We'll see if Adam and Michelle decide to call.
I would assume both of these players are going to, it's going to get all in here because you have ace jack with a couple of hearts on board, a lock on this hand at 90%. Adam and Michelle, you hit top pair. Somebody said it yesterday while I was playing, making a pair is hard. Like, it's not easy. It seems like it would be easy, but making a pair is not easy. And so I would have fully assumed that we're going to have an all-in and a call here.
I mean, making a pair is not easy because any one card you have, there's only 3 other cards in the deck.
Go. See what I'm saying?
And other players might have one of those cards.
Yeah, we do get the call.
Oh boy.
Justin and Gordo and Adam and Michelle are locked up in this first hand, and Adam and Michelle are the ones who are at risk, and it's not good right now for them. And there's the heart on the turn, and Justin and Gordo are going to win the pot.
First hand, double up.
We better mention Adam and Michelle. Where are they from?
Well, they're not out yet. They have 32,000 remaining, but Adam and Michelle are from Nebraska. They started with 153,000. Now, that's way off.
Yeah, they got 2 big ones.
That is way off. But in seat 2, we have Nels Peterson and Bob Schreiner out of Sauk Rapids, Minnesota. Nels Peterson is a former national champion. They're starting with 151,000. In seat 3, we're going to have Troy DeMann and Milt Berg out of Minnesota, 72,000 starting stack. In seat 4, we have Mike Uzi and Terry Jaglarski. Mr. Uzi, is out of Vegas here. He's playing with the Misfits Poker Group, affiliation with the FPN League. We thank them for their participation. Terry out of Illinois, they're starting with 264,000. We've introduced Adam and Michelle. Justin Moore and Gordy Makeley are in seat 6 out of Illinois, 121,000 in their starting chip stack, unless that's changed from the last couple hands. We also have Andrew Holt and Roger Baker out of Minnesota, 103,000 starting stack. Dave Wilmert and Johnny Shelley out of Vegas, our second group of misfits here, 241,000 in their starting stack. And then rounding off our table, we saw fireworks from them earlier. Joel and Nikki Smith, 141,000, unless that's changed over the last couple of hands. Joel also a former national champion. So on the table here tonight, 3 former national champions playing for the tag team belt and just adding more to their accolades they already have here in the Free Poker Network.
So we will be back streaming again tomorrow for the final table here at the National Championship. And again, all of these players are in that National Championship now tomorrow. Most of them probably already in through the qualifier, but playing this event because it's super fun. You bring, your poker buddy or your wife or whoever came out with you to come and play.
Or some rando.
Or some rando. We did see a lot of random hookups.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. What happens in Vegas, I tell you.
Random hookups in the poker room here. So blinds 6 and 12,000.
There is a 12,000 big blind ante.
Is there as well? Okay.
Yep. So if each of these players are bringing in an additional, just the winner, will be bringing in an additional 10K into their starting stack into the main event tomorrow.
So there's something else to play for. Not only do you get the belts, but you got extra chips to head into the championship tomorrow, which ends up with a 10K plus World Series of Poker main event entry.
Tomorrow's event does start at 10 a.m. Probably expecting around that 200 or more player mark. And actually, payouts are already set for that. If you place between 2nd and 20th place, you will be receiving a 1,500 poker package, which basically is just cash.
Cash is good. I mean, that spends just as good as money.
Yeah, and for those who are fiscally responsible, they can save that 1,500 for poker in the future instead of maybe just gambling it all away here in Vegas.
It's a blind on blind battle, King Queen versus 9-8, and an open-ended straight draw for Joel and Nikki, but still 2 overcards to the board for Dave and Johnny. And Dave and Johnny out of the small blind. First to bet, 22,000.
Joel has a lot of equity in this hand. He's gonna
move all in.
We're moving all in, putting the pressure on Dave and Johnny.
And
yeah.
Raised up pot is going to go the way of Joel and Nikki.
Joel and Nikki will be adding 62,000 to their stack. Nice way to start off our feature table here, as we're both praying.
Yeah. I'm praying that shirt doesn't start on fire while you and I are sitting here, because it's radiating. The polyester is radiating.
Well, I'm probably still sweating from what I experienced on the break with the slot machines.
Oh, you and the Golden Buffalo.
I know. Well,
it's a torrid tale.
I ended up breaking even, winning about $750 on the Buffaloes before we started streaming. Went back there on break.
Of course.
Lost 200 of it.
Of course.
Moved to a new game. Lost pretty much all of that. And I was going to implement, I thought I was going to hammer 75-cent bets. And so I hammered away at them.
High stakes.
I went from 250 balance to like 63 in a matter of a minute. I was hammering the $7.50 bets. Already committed to this game.
And
it's like a bingo board.
And now?
End up borrowing $100 from my buddy.
Here we go.
Hit the big one, won it all back, and now I'm even again.
Look at this.
And that's it.
It's a story for the ages, kids. It's
well,
something you'll tell your grandkids about.
Most likely, and it's something I should never have told my girlfriend about.
Oh,
about
yeah.
the first initial win. Great, you won it all back. Quit gambling so much. Lose it all and then some, and then win it all back. So that's really the moral of the story is don't tell your significant others about your gambling losses and wins because they'll be sorely disappointed. I mean, that could have gone the wrong way. But here we have an all-in by Adam and Michelle. King 10 suited. Only 20,000 more to call, although Jose and Dan, just under half their stack. They would be pretty committed there, severely crippling them should they lose. We have yet to see Dave and Johnny's hand. It'd be an easier call for them if they have a couple of good cards.
Don't know what cards they have. Takes a little while sometimes for the players to adjust to the RFID technology. Oh, they did. Okay, they are all in.
10 on the turn. Jack on the river. Adam and Michelle have king high.
Now they got a pair of tens.
Yep. With the king high kicker.
King high kicker, sure. It
But-
looks like they doubled up.
Okay. Well.
All right.
Well, there you go.
Adam and
Little
Michelle
double.
from Nebraska.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube and Facebook. Free Poker Network. And tomorrow, again, will be our main event, where first place wins a $10,000 World Series main event seat, $1,500 cash, and the National Championship bracelet. There's also live coverage on pokernews.com. That has been for both this tournament, and it will be for tomorrow on the main event. So for live coverage of the event, pokernews.com. Looks like we have another all-in, and it is Justin and Gordo shoving around 242,000. Now's laughing as he mucks his 7-deuce, but it was suited, so not so bad. Again, also want to shout out to our Misfits Poker League. They are the local Las Vegas league under the FPN umbrella, and they have currently 11 locations in the Vegas area. And also want to thank our venue, the Golden Nugget. Absolutely wonderful hosts. This is my third year in a row being here, but I'm sure we've been here for many, many years. And my experiences here have been absolutely wonderful. Justin and Gordo will muck. Andrew will fold.
Adam and Michelle. This is Adam had made it 12,000, I believe.
10, 20, 30, 44?
Yeah, 44,000. You're right, with pocket tens. It doesn't look like there's any action to be had.
This tournament here started at 4 p.m., so we were a good 7 hours into the tournament. It's always just an absolute grind when it comes to poker tournaments in general. It's a different kind of endurance required to sit down and stare at cards and move chips around all day long.
And interesting, everyone's going to have different scenarios of how they play their tag team situation, because you have to play at least one orbit at a time before the other player would come in. A couple of the stipulations are they can't talk to their partner during a hand, about what might be going on. And then the other one is it's totally up to them. There's no forced tag team. And so I don't know how many of these players of one person has been riding the horse and the other person's been in the wagon the entire time, but Adam and Rochelle starting this hand off with Ace Jack under the gun, the 154,000 in front of them, raised to 44,000.
Of a fold. Fold.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anything interesting so far.
Yeah, okay.
And now up to big blind, 32,000 to call for Uzi and Terry. That will be folded too.
Suppose then while we're waiting to find some good cards for your entertainment, we can go ahead and announce again, but for the first time on this stream, is the new promotion will be the FPN Vegas 100K World Championship. World
Championship, sure.
We might be having some friends. It's likely we're going to be having some friends inviting Canadians to start building the league, and soon enough we'll be in Europe and Mexico and South America, and that's probably all the continents. Maybe. There's maybe Australia in there too.
Probably going to have to brush up on our different languages. Get a Rosetta Stone, maybe a Babbel. I don't know, whatever subscription you're going to look for, because about to go worldwide maybe with this. Now, outside of Quebec, you've got pretty much all of Canada speaking English, so that's nice.
Yeah.
There's that translates pretty easily, but
so really we should learn our French first.
Get some French, and
Start
probably
there.
Spanish is a good one.
Yeah.
Get some Spanish, that covers you a couple of different places. So I'll let you take lead on that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Next year I'll be
Fluent.
just bilingual. But yes, we are literally doubling down on the prizes in that promotion. It's going to be running 3 seasons, January through September. There's some new features as well. The league champions from each bar each season will qualify for a seat in the FPN Vegas 100K main event. Also, each location hosts a tournament of champions at the end of the season for a seat and a travel voucher. We're basically making it really hard for you to not come to Vegas next year. Additionally, on top of all of that, there is a new weekly qualifier. So every week there will be a new qualifying tournament online to earn a seat and a travel package. The top 3 players in every game earn an invite. So that's the game at the bars. You place top 3, you get invited to the online weekly event. And then if you win that, then you will be invited and get a travel voucher and a little package there. So
Sounds like everyone's going to get in. Like if you just show up and play good, there's a very high probability. Easy word for me to say. That you're going to be here in Vegas 2024.
you might need to download Babbel for your English. Touch up on that a little bit.
Very good observation. Of quarter after 11 here local time, and it's already like it's 3:30 in the morning.
We do have an all-in
King
with
10 and
Jose.
King Jack, and then ooh, pocket eights. Look at this.
Nels, 151,000, just 1/5 of his stack. He'll make the call. Troy and Milt. Uzi looking down at Jack 10 offsuit. Again, Uzi representing that Misfits Poker League,
One of
the
the bigger,
local Vegas league.
bigger stacks here at 228,000, just 16,000 more to call the all-in.
Basically pot committed, but not really.
Now I'm gonna fold. All right.
We'll see a couple folds here. Adam and Michelle, Justin and Gordo. Most. It's already priced in from the big blind, so it's a great way to disguise your hand.
So we got 4 players going to the flop, 151,000 in the pot already, and there will be some side pot action, some real hot side pot action.
Hopefully not too hot so my shirt doesn't go up in flames.
Good point. Flops deuce 6-9. Pocket eights right now have the advantage.
Justin and Gordo picking up the gut shot. You're going to need to see a 5, but nope, not anymore.
Yeah, the pocket eights got real good there, now open-ended.
And there it is.
And make it on the river. So their pocket eights were good from start to finish.
Jose and Dan going, oh boy. I gotta tell you, I don't think Nels and Bob could get away from this.
Yeah, no, Nels just made the call.
The only thing they have to worry about is Jack 8, which they have 2 of them in the deck. Or in their hand, rather.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see our first elimination of this main event. I lost my pen, which is probably fine.
Here comes
There it
Goose
is.
to the rescue.
Goose does it all, retrieves pens, and literally runs the entire show. I don't know how he does it, but we're very thankful to have Goose around.
So Jose and Dan eliminated in seat 1. Their dreams
Crushed.
of going home with the belt are now over. But they are qualified. They'll be back here playing again tomorrow. Let's put you in, mark you down for another.
Oh, there it is. I'm just here for the pots. We have all the suits and then a leaf. Is that oak?
I think it's sumac.
Oh,
That's
sure.
what that is. It's a poison sumac.
Mmm. You know, these players playing a part of the Free Poker Network, which is a nationwide poker league, bar poker league, where it's free to play. You earn points each week based on how you place. Those points would then allow you to qualify for Vegas, qualify for Tournament of Champions that go on each session. State champions, we have state tournaments, usually in the fall. It is entirely possible, if you play really well throughout the year, that you free roll your way into winning a $10,000 World Series of Poker package.
Now, some of these players live locally here, obviously, in Las Vegas with the Misfits, but some of these people, this is their first trip ever to Las Vegas to come and play poker. We got it all in and a call. And one of the very short stacks, which is Andrus and Roger. Seat 7. Anything less here than 160,000, which would be 10 big blinds, of course, you're in the danger zone.
So Andrew and Roger all in. Justin and Gordo call. If you're Andrew and Roger, you're happy to see that Justin and Gordo. Oh,
look at that.
There's the jack.
There you go.
Probably need a little runner action. Yeah, and that'll do it. Andrew and Roger will double up off of one of the bigger stacks at the table.
They've now got 3 big blinds.
We can be happy for now, but the next hand, got to get back to work. Hope for some fireworks. Another couple double ups, and be looking at taking those what are they? Belts. Those belts home. Last year's winners of the tag team event. Give a shout out to Team Freeze, which consisted of Gloria and Gerald Freeze from Minnesota. That was in the World Series or Bust promotion.
If you were watching outside of the Pacific time zone here, kudos to you, because it is
Late.
it's late.
And if you're in the Vegas area, come on down tomorrow. Watch the main event. Main event that does start at 10 a.m. And don't forget, there is a second chance tourney at 4 p.m. It's a cash tournament, $125 buy-in. The winner earns cash plus a seat in the next FPN National Championship.
All right, Andrew and Roger back to all in here. Queen 5, they're ahead going to the flop. Hoping that this pot's coming their way for 72K.
See if they can spike the queen just like last time when they spiked the jack on the flop.
Queen 5 still ahead. 8-9's live. And there's the
queen on the turn.
on the turn.
And a king. Andrew and Roger double up yet
Here
again.
we go.
Gives a very enthusiastic thumbs up. There is another level of winning, I guess you could do, in this tournament specifically. There is $1,500 of bounties on the line. I think the top bounty is $500. $500, that is. So if you keep... The more people you knock out, that gives more incentive to knock people out. because then you might get that bounty chip, or you will, and then you have a chance to win, up to $500 in a bounty. So well, Troy and Milt and Andrew and Roger not sitting very pretty at all. Adam and Michelle are kind of on the hot seat under that 10 big blind amount.
Yeah, it's safe to say that nobody here is ridiculously comfortable. Obviously, it's late in the night. The play has been going on with blinds at 8 and 16K. More or less everyone here is under that 20 big blind level. And we'll probably be there until we get down to maybe 3 or 4 handed. Then you would have, players taking in the other stacks.
Joel looking down at A6. Joel going all in. Dave and Johnny promptly folding.
Yeah, that's the correct play with A6 there. Your opponent limped, and you've got an ace. Getting a little short-handed, just 8 players.
After this hand, we're going to take a break.
Okay. We're going to be taking just a 3-minute break, I think, after this hand. Oh, we're going to get a final table picture, so it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to get a picture of all the players that made it to the final table.
I'm going to cut the break.
And, yep. And I believe we're back. Did a picture and updated chip counts. We were talking about a 16,000 big blind ante. I'm going to take full blame for that. I put it in the wrong space on the software. So we were off by 16,000 for every big blind
Aha.
that was in. So
We have that fixed now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's going to show up now. That was my goof.
Just new boot goofing.
Mm-hmm. Still have 3 national champions former national champions sitting at the table right now. Nell's up there in seat 2, the top left. And we have Troy in that second image on the top right, in the gray. And then Joel Smith, bottom right, seat 9. Joel Smith is the most decorated Free Poker Network player.
Rousing game of Duck Duck Goose, or for those from Minnesota, Duck Duck Gray Duck. I always wanted to do that as a child.
Yeah, there it is. So the 8K 1616. That makes sense now. Joel looking down at ace-7. He's going to reach for chips, announcing a raise. I think that'll be 55. Yep. And Nels. So we're going to have potentially 2 former national champions battling it out. Battle of the blinds.
Already in for 32,000 out of the big blind, and so
he's all in.
All in has been declared. Back to Joel and Nikki. This would be for all of Joel and Nikki's chips. They have just 186,000, and the all-in's 273. So pressure's on. And no action. Joel folds.
It's expensive, but it's not all the chips. So, and you still have that amount where you're dangerous when you do decide to go all in. It's going to make people think. So Nels and Bob up there with 344.
That was a big pickup for them.
26% of the chips. Troy and Milt, Andrew and Roger, Dave and Johnny. We're going to be probably seeing them shove all in as soon as they get.
Yeah, the blinds are coming. And I know you obviously the big blinds are one thing, but then you also have the 16K ante that goes along with it. So
it's 40,000 every time around the table.
Right.
That you got to put out there.
So ultimately, if you're down to 2 big blinds, really you've just got one.
Yeah.
Sitting in front of you, you got one orbit for the blinds get to you. You just try to find a ace or a king or a pair or 2 suited cards, whatever your fancy is to go all in with.
I believe this is Terry now. Terry from Illinois. Terry's going to raise it up to, looks like 60? 52, 62, 32, 32. Over to Dave and Johnny. Joel and Nels will fold, and Troy and Milt are going all in.
So King Deuce versus Queen Jack. King Deuce is the one who is at risk. But
All you need is a king.
you ride that out. If you can survive the flop, your chances increase greatly.
I suppose because there's only 2 more cards to come after that.
Very well said. I can't argue with that logic.
Oh, flop comes Jack 4-9. 7 on the turn. And a 5 on the river. That's going to eliminate Troy and Milt. One of the 3 former national champions are knocked out of the tag team tournament.
All right, now we're down to 7. Everyone at the final table already in for tomorrow's national championship. They might have been beforehand, but the winner tonight taking some extra chips to that national championship tomorrow, which, you kind of starting out with a lead, right? If you're racing with somebody and you've got 10,000 more than everybody else, a nice advantage to get the day started tomorrow.
Players qualified by playing in their respective bars. Either winning their... Oh, we got an all-in here. Dave and Johnny. We'll see a fold and a fold. Ooze or Terry looking down at something he'll surely fold. Other ways you can qualify for the national championship here in Vegas is by playing on our online platform. Also winning the Tournament of Champions through the bar leagues, and I believe also winning in the state championships. And if you're not a member of the Free Poker Network but want to, and see if there's any leagues in your area, we do have a new website. It's freepokernetwork.com. Same name, different website. Just launched this week, so you can look forward to a few more updates coming as we work on that. We have 2 all-ins. Dave and Johnny trying to isolate.
Ooh, and Nels and Bob are in a interesting spot here. They got pocket 5s, could eliminate 2 players. It's 107,000 to call, so roughly 1/3 of their stack. It's not a horrible spot. There's no more action after you. I don't believe, no, he's still got the button to their left. Yeah, this is the cutoff. So Nels and Bob are... If I'm them, I go for it. I mean, this could be the defining moment of, if you can eliminate these 2 players, you pick up, 180,000 in chips. You're going to have a massive chip lead at that point. When everybody else is still just trying to stay alive, you could really inflict some pain. So I'm going to cheer for Nels to make the call here. Or maybe just shove on your own. You've only got the button and the blinds ahead of you.
Definitely make the argument for folding.
Lets it go. You're going to rue the day. You probably folded pocket 5s.
Now, had he known 3 aces are taken out of the deck,
Yeah,
I think
right?
that's a no-brainer.
Oh. He's probably going to be pretty surprised, Nels will, when he sees that it's ace-jack and ace-king. And ace-jack is the one who is at risk. Pocket 5, still a winner. Would have played. Could have eliminated 2 people. Still ahead.
Didn't need to see a jack and a jack only. And it's a 5.
Yep, there you go,
Nels.
Nels. See, what are you doing?
Nels,
telling you.
hindsight, 2020. Hindsight is also trip fives.
I'm not right very often, but that was one where I was right. I would have liked to have seen him got involved there. So another elimination. Andrew and Roger to the wayside.
And we're down to 6 teams remaining in our tag team Chasin Bracelets national champion. Dave and Johnny are certainly stoked that Nels did not call that.
Yeah, they'd have both been gone.
But if you're Nels, you kind of got to scrub it off. It's not like the worst play. You still are the chip leader. You still have good control of the game. But if anyone had any pocket pair above 5s,
Yeah.
which is likely considering both players shoved. But here Nels looking down at ace 10.
Raises to 40,000. Call with ace 10.
Terry folds. Adam folds. So it'll be Joel and Nels to the flop again. Both former national champions.
Joel and Nikki outflop Nels and Bob. And a quick all-in from Joel. For Nels, you may be considering, well, I still have 2 overs to the board. But at this point, it's not prudent to risk half your stack to make the call, so...
I feel like if Nels called there, would definitely be
Little tilty.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That pocket 5s will be sticking in his head. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Who knows how the tournament will play out, but...
That's probably why he's a national champion, former though, because he's able to shake off those hindsight plays that, I could have knocked 2 people out, now I want to do that again.
So many times when you're playing poker, it's not the hands that you win, it's the hands that you didn't win, or you know.
Folded, and then you realized you would have won. You're almost better off.
Definitely a dynamic there where those kind of things, they make a difference in your brain. And then that's part of the game is you got to, try to block that out, stop kicking yourself, stop thinking about it.
Probably better off folding and walking away till the next hand comes. But perhaps another advantage of this tag team is if you do feel like you are not mentally right in the moment, tag yourself out.
Right.
Go take a breather. Come back. Start making those plays you know you can. So Terry here, 40,000 to call after a raise by Joel. He'll fold. Adam folds. See a fold there over to Dave and Johnny. We'll probably see a fold. And Joel picking up another pot. Not a lot, but hey, we've eclipsed that 300K mark, which is catching up, nipping on Nels' heels. Nels and Bob, of course, because it's a team. So Nels and Bob actually now under the 300K mark. Joel and Nikki take the lead with 306,000. Probably expect to see Adam and Michelle, Justin and Gordo, Dave and Johnny are going to be starting to be the ones that are going to be shoving all in, making those more aggressive plays. Try to double up and find themselves with a couple of belts around their waist when it's all said and done. See a fold, fold, fold. We've tagged out. I'm not sure if this is Justin or Gordo. If you had to put money on it.
I would say this is Justin.
Okay.
No, I'm going to switch that. I'm going to think that's Gordo. Could find out, but we'd have to walk all the way over there.
All the way.
It's so far. King Jack or King Queen 8-4 and pocket nines are the three hands you people are considering, and Justin and Gordo.
Justin and Gordo flop an open ender. Dave and Johnny get a piece of that with a top pair. Bet is 25,000, and Dave and Johnny are going to go all in. Joel flopping a gut shot. Can't imagine he'd be staying in. There's the fold. Yeah, we're going to throw those nines away. You're basically asking for risking your tournament life on maybe spiking the open ender.
Yeah, but at the same time, now you've got 107,000. Like, I know sometimes you're thinking I got to wait for a better spot, but you might not be around to wait for a better spot.
Those blinds will chip away real quick.
Less players that are there, the faster the orbits go around. And to me, you have pocket nines and the open-ended straight draw. That's a great spot. You know what? I might be behind, but I've got a lot of help.
Spike a 9 on the turn or river.
Make the straight. Yeah, it's
8 or jack. I mean, that's a pretty decent amount of outs.
easy for us to say, obviously. Sitting back here and not at the table, so...
Sounds like the blinds might have gone up, or they are soon. Oh, they went up to 10, 20, 20. It's now 50,000 is the cost of every orbit getting through both blinds.
Next hand.
Next hand, still. The facts remain. It's 50,000 every orbit. Looks like Joel is either going to tap himself. Yep, Nikki's coming in. There's something about this power couple. Every time they tap out, they have more chips than when they started.
And what a unique situation, obviously, with the tag team, that you walk away from the table and your partner sits down and you just hope that, you know, everything goes well and you're playing together as a team.
Joel and Nikki, of course, married, and they really are each other's biggest cheerleaders. It's a really fun, dynamic duo to watch. Both very strong players. You'd imagine And Joel being a very decorated player, Nikki and Joel come and play a lot of Dakota Poker Tour events. They play, obviously, in their leagues in Minnesota. Nels, I think, just grabbed a stack of black chips, which are 5,000, ended up being 95,000. If you're watching this and are not a participant in the Free Poker Network, go to freepokernetwork.com, click on the join to create an account so you can play in our leagues around the country. And we're now accepting new bars, new locations. The one really cool thing about the Free Poker Network is it's very much a grassroots effort. Nikki will fold over to Nels. Nels will certainly fold. Terry picking up ace-king offsuit in the small blind.
Yeah, this is to me, it's a all-in or full.
We're at that point now?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got 193,000. Your standard raise is going to be up to, 60,000 or so, maybe 55,000. Yeah, there
He's
you go.
all in, okay.
Yeah, that's the right play. You just put all the pressure on the big blind, have them make the decision. They have just 64,000 left behind. Small blind coming for another 10. That's going to knock you down to 54,000. You're already into this pot for 40,000, and it's just 64,000 more to call. Like I said earlier, you keep waiting for a spot. Well, that spot might never come. At least at this point, you're going to hope that you have live cards. We can see that he only has one live card.
And a call.
Yeah, it makes the call. Just thinking that exact same thing of, what am I going to wait around for here? I'm going to see maybe 2 hands before 3 hands before I'm going to have to be back to being all in.
So Adam is going to pray and hope for a 4 and a 4 only. Picking up a little something. No, that's a dead card, and a 4 and a 4 only. We'll save him. There's the jack. Terry knocking out Adam and Michelle in 6th place. We are now down to 5 teams remaining.
Brian just gives Adam and Michelle the X of death on their name here behind the scenes. That's it right there. That's the only.
4 players have met the X of death.
Yeah,
and 4 more will see that X on their name. Well, they won't, but we will. We've had an electric crowd here tonight. Team Dave and Johnny will be first to act. 348,000 in their chip stacks, so they have time on their side. Nikki will fold over to Nels. Looking at King 8.
Yeah, as each player gets eliminated, hands like King 8, you'd say, what are you doing playing that? But obviously, right? You get less people, and you start getting hands that are aces and kings, suited queens, things like that are more valuable than what they
115
would normally
83.
be.
Not even close.
Yeah, it's good enough for who's it for.
Yeah. So the black chips are worth 5,000. Yellows are 1,000, and you'll see those blue chips. Those are those bounty chips. Every player you knock out, you will receive a bounty chip. And at the end of the tournament, turn those in. Get to pull out some envelopes from a rolling drum. And you might win a piece of a $1,500 in bounties.
Now, Terry's going to let his threes go. And now over Justin and Gordo out of the
This is-
small blind. Yep, you're shoving here.
If you're not, probably the next hand, but you'll be, yeah, shucks.
Just trying to hold on, and I respect that. That's fine. I get it.
There we'll see our chip count. Justin and Gordo definitely on the chopping block. Dave and Johnny, Nels and Bob. They have a lot of chips compared to Justin and Gordo. Joel and Nikki finding their way second to last place right now. They drop below that 300,000 chip mark. We are down to 2 former Free Poker Network champions at the table. Nels Peterson out of Sauk Rapids, Minnesota, and Justin Smith out of Minnesota. I can't remember exactly where. Nels picking up ace queen. See what he brings it up to. Looks like 75. Oh, it's Nikki's birthday today. So happy birthday to Nikki if you're watching from home.
Yeah, here locally, we just went after midnight. You're obviously watching this on a bit of a delay, but just went after midnight here, and so today, Nikki's birthday. All right.
You kind of have to win now if it's your birthday.
Makes the story even better. Grab that belt right behind you.
And if you are watching, thank you for joining us. We're both on Facebook and YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We need to get to 100 subscribers so we can change our URL. Do us a favor. If you haven't subscribed to Free Poker Network on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, go to YouTube, subscribe. We're not at viewership numbers to be making the big bucks like those top YouTube channels, but we just need to change our URL from garbled letters and numbers to Free Poker Network. Much easier for all of you to watch at home and find us. Nels waking up with some suited connectors. And Justin and Gordo finding ace king suit or ace queen suited. That's an all in. We'll certainly see a call from Nels and Bob. Nikki's gonna fold. She got out of the way, and we do have an all in and a call. We might be seeing it go down to 4 teams remaining. And our flop comes. Six, 4, 9. Complete blank. Need an ace and an ace only, or oh, the jack. Okay, because I see. A spade would save him, and there's the ace. Justin and Gordo survive the all-in double up.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Huge double up, but they're definitely going to need at least one more to be in a little bit more of a safe zone. If you're just tuning in, you're watching live coverage of the Chasin Bracelets Tag Team Championship live at the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas. We are down to 4 teams? 5 teams. We did not knock anyone out. We're down to 5 teams. Winners take home the coveted tag team champion belt. There's 2 of them. Also, we'll be taking in an additional 10,000 in chips into the main event tomorrow. It kicks off at 10 a.m. Registration does start at 9 a.m., so if you are watching locally, maybe from your hotel room or sitting at a slot machine or wherever you are.
Working on getting blackout drunk in your living room?
Yeah.
Whatever. David Johnny with queens. Raising to 45K on the button. Joel and Nikki fold over to Nels and Bob.
Now that one's interesting. Are they folding King Jack?
Situation where tightening up, trying to continue to
Well,
move forward, move up.
It's always puzzled me. You know, I get to see the whole cards when we're doing this, and just people folding premium hands, at least what I would think is a premium hand.
Situational, obviously, yeah. It's different for everybody, but I would tend to agree with you.
Dave and Johnny raises or bets 35. Nels to call. It's a pretty nice value bet. Try to keep Nels interested. He just doesn't have enough to spend the 35,000. Again, there's our chip count. Dave and Johnny on top, 373. Joel and Nikki now finding themselves under 200,000. So it'll be Joel and Nikki, Justin and Gordo, probably on the chopping block. I don't know if the atmosphere on the table has changed to you're either all in or you're not. That situation usually happens when you're down to 3 or 4 players, or teams in this case, left. For sure when you're heads up. Justin and Gordo looking at King 10. Yeah, I could pin either one of them as a Justin or a Gordo.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I'm going to say this is probably Justin.
That's what you said about the last guy.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to hedge my bets here, hit in the middle. You know what I mean?
Dave and Johnny folds. Joel and Nikki folds. We're going to fold around to Terry, looking at suited connectors.
This might get a look up here from Terry with 4 or 5 of diamonds. Already in for 40,000. It's just 35,000 to call. Big blind and the ante together at 40K. So. Wow. All right.
Maybe just gonna lick his wounds.
Well, you know, and I think the tag team situation really plays into this if you don't want to let your teammate down. And I know you're the one who's sitting there and you're in control of the chips at that point, but I think that really does play into it. Like, I don't want to be the one who makes the mistake or makes the play that gets us knocked out.
And it's that extra level of consideration when you're making the all-in call. Do you want to be that person? But you gotta have the cojones to make the call, otherwise you're not going to win. It's plain and simple.
Did you get that? Somebody write that down.
5 stars, you guys.
Just write that down so we know. I'd like to thank a couple of shut-ins who are watching in rural Minnesota. Can't sleep. And watching Free Poker Network from Las Vegas.
Give a shout out on YouTube to Wicked Clown OJ. I think that's a brand of orange juice, but he is cheering for Uzi.
Wicked Clown OJ.
I think that's it's an Alabama-based orange juice company.
I'm going to have to go ahead and disagree with you on that, but...
The official orange juice sponsor of the Insane Clown Posse, maybe?
Woof.
It's a stretch, at best. Facebook viewers, Thomas Rayner, Pete Coronado, and Amy Sabatka.
Blinds are up to 15,000, 30,000 with the 30K ante. Next stop is Nosebleedville here for these players. You've had plenty of opportunity to make your plays, try to get there. You've gotten the final 5. But at some point, the
gloves got to come off.
well, yeah, I mean, it becomes less about poker and just less about the situation. And, I mean, I'll be brutally honest, at this point, it's a lot of luck that goes into things. If you're ahead, to hold on. If you're behind, to catch up. You know, that sort of thing. Joel and Nikki all in with Jack 10 of diamonds.
Nels folded? Yeah.
Yeah, everyone
That'll
folded
be
to
a
the
fold
all-in.
around. massive mole on Joel's neck, but it ended up being some dirt on the TV screen.
Yeah, Goose, our producer, director, set builder, web guy, genius, making all this happen. And we're just over here yucking it up.
So Uzi's back in.
Hey, there we go. Welcome back, Uzi.
Uzi playing out of Las Vegas here in the Misfits Poker League, an affiliate of the Free Poker Network. They're now up to 11 locations in the Vegas area. Justin and Gordo shoving all in.
If you're a big fan of a lot of all-ins and folds, then this is right up your alley. 'Cause that's kind of the situation a lot of these players are in. You can't make a raise and in good faith know that you've got, not much behind you, so you just go all in. Hope for the best.
So Uzi of Team Uzi and Terry will be first to act. He's going to look down and see King 3 of Hearts. He's going to fold that.
All in.
Dave and Johnny will fold.
Oh, look at this. Joel and Nikki with aces.
Oh, man.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Nels will quickly get out of the way, and we are going to flip some cards face up.
Let's do the community.
Justin and Gordo won't be terribly happy to see they just ran into aces after finally hitting something.
See, I told you that was Justin. I know that was Justin. Dana just confirmed it out on the floor. I told you that was Justin all the way around. Looks like a Justin. Two outs. This is what thin feels like. Not that I would know.
It's thinner than tissue paper. There's a 7. +1. Come on. Another 7, and that does it for Justin and Gordo. Joel scooping up a massive pot
Yeah, there you
here.
go. Just mess it all up. Yeah, here. You stack those. Go ahead and take them. You stack them up.
You don't need to be cute about it.
I love it. I would have made probably an even bigger mess.
These guys just got him. So, wow. Do we sing happy birthday now, or is that...
Well, Joel's trying to bring this thing home here for not only them, but for wife Nikki's birthday today.
Now, if I were Joel, he's now got more chips than they had prior to tapping in. It's time to gift this chip stack and lead to Nikki.
You need to color those yellows. Man, that's a lot of yellow. Actually, it's not even as much yellow as it is more of a mango color. They come off really yellow in the screen, but when you see them in person, I'm telling you, they're a very... Our family just got back from a Hawaiian vacation, and I think I eat mango like every day. And I said, that looks like the color of mango. And the player at our table said, yeah, you know, you're right.
It's mango.
It's mango color.
Just so you know.
Uzi and Terry with an abundance of outs here and misses them all.
Uzi's counting chips as if he's going to bet. Is he in a situation where first to fire is going to be the winner? Is he running into, you know, any pair?
Yeah, there was a bet from Uzi and Terry on the turn, and now if you do it one more time, you're really completing the story of I've got a hand and I'm trying to get paid. And I think Dave and Johnny are going to fold to any aggression here.
Yeah. Oh,
All
he goes
in.
all in. What a call this would be with ace high.
Dave and Johnny are the last two representatives from the Misfit poker group out here in Las Vegas.
Uzi as well. Uzi's a part of that. And
Okay.
then we got Johnny Shelley and Dave Wilmert. Dave, one of the owners of Misfits Poker, has done a fantastic job of growing the league out here. That is the local in Vegas league to play in. So if you're looking to get in on the action for our next promotion next year, go ahead and find one of their 11 locations around the Vegas area. Next promotion, $100,000 in the main event. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, doubled up from what this was this year. That it's going to make an even bigger event next January. You can play, you know, if you want to play one of the seasons, whether it's the spring, the summer, or the fall. Plenty of opportunities for whatever works best for you wherever you live. Be part of the event and come here in Vegas next January for chopping up $100,000 worth of prize money.
Biggest promotion ever.
Yeah, yep. And again, totally free to do it. Ace 7 for Joel and Nikki. They raised to $80,000 over to Nels and Bob. We haven't seen Bob. It's been Nels the entire way here tonight at this final table, and Nels is all in. Who's the Terry of ace, or 8-6, excuse me. That's going to go to the muck momentarily.
Dave and Johnny will fold, and that'll put the heat on Joel.
So a little over a quarter of the stack to make this call. Joel and Nikki want to do that. Little national champion v national champion violence here going on. Both these guys have played in Free Poker Network's national championships and have taken them down.
Joel's gonna fold, not feeling too confident. He knows the strength of the player that Nels is. Nels can be quite the goofball, has no shortage of dirty jokes, but he crushes on the tables. So you watch out for him. Nell's another one of those characters you love to have in your community, your poker community. Always fun to chat with him and hear some of those dirty jokes.
Did you hear the one about the Pope? No, I'm not even going to get into it.
Don't even.
No.
Don't even.
Even how late it is, I'm not gonna do it. Won't take the cheese.
We're going to see some folds, and this is one of the things that is just not so glamorous about poker is when you hit those inevitable lulls that happen in live poker where cards are just dead. You can blame the dealer. You'd be wrong. It's just how it goes, but maybe experiencing some of that here. Dave and Johnny, 4 big blinds left. Blinds went up 15, 30, 30. Now 75,000 per orbit to go around the table. It's getting very expensive to play now. Your range of hands you're going to play has to widen. Joel announces raise, raising it up to 80,000, and Nels stumbling upon a couple of ladies. I think I saw those ones out on Fremont.
Yeah, for $10, you never mind.
Pictures.
Not going to get into that
Just
either.
pictures. I think tomorrow's the day I get my feet eaten by fish again.
Oh, Lord.
I know. It happened last year. Nels sizing some chips up. Probably going to see a raise here. Really put the decisions in Joel's head.
Yeah, well, and again, so if you're going to make a raise, your standard raise would be from 80 up to 240, and you're getting yourself awfully committed.
Joel's all in.
And a call.
Oh my gosh.
So Joel and Nikki are ahead in chips, but behind in cards. Right now, Nelson Bob
Way behind.
good spot with queens here.
We're going to need to see a birthday miracle. And you see runner, runner. A 7, a 6 brings it. Okay. 4 6s left in the deck. And a jack on the river. Nels is going to double up. Joel and Nikki left with 40,000. Do you tag Nikki in now?
Well, you did a fine job losing our chips, honey. That's what my wife would tell me. Nice job, you lost all our chips.
Golly, Nels and Bob commanding chip lead. Joel and Nicky are going to be left with under 50,000 here. They are on the button next hand. They have 2 hands for free. 1 hand for free. And then you're all in. The blinds are that high right now. Just going to do those official chip counts. We're probably due for a color up. I don't know what the next blind level is. I don't think it would be 16, 32, 32. We'd probably go up to the 20, 40, 40. So while Nels and Bob have more than double the next in second place, Uzi and Terry. Joel and Nicky in a really tough spot. Nicky is not looking pleased, to say the least. But they've played plenty of poker. They know how it goes. Can't get mad at losing. It happens to everyone. As the saying goes, though, chip in a chair.
Yeah,
there's a chance.
That's pretty thin.
I think either way, win or lose for Joel and Nicky, still having a fantastic birthday. You're spending it in Vegas. Still have the main event to go tomorrow. That kicks off at 10 a.m. Registration at 9. For those that are here and are wondering, you'd have to be watching as well to get that information, which...
It's pretty thin.
12:30 local time. This is a qualifying event into the main event. We're now up to 17 people on YouTube.
What up, YouTubers? Hit that subscribe button, please. Do it. Do it now. It's right there in the corner. Just
in fact,
click it.
We are now making it a requirement of watching the stream that you subscribe. It really costs you nothing. Kind of like the Free Poker Network costs you nothing to play. And you too could be here playing for all these amazing prizes, getting on our live stream broadcast. So Joel and Nicky are going to be all in right away. Nels at 8 deuce off. I think he can afford the call, even though anyone in the right mind wouldn't call with 8 deuce. It's chump change.
Yeah, but so now you got a small blind, big blind situation that big blind's for sure going to be calling. You're in the small blind. You want to go 2-on-1.
Uzi will make the call.
Yep.
Might as well.
Hadn't even looked. Called blind.
This is Uzi's hand, apparently, what we're hearing. He's a 6'4" offsuit maniac. King 7 on the flop. Joel and Nikki still in the lead.
4s and 6s are what Uzi and Terry are looking for.
7. There's still and another. Oh, it's a split!
Oh, man.
Brutal, but chip in a freaking chair.
Come on.
I tell you what.
Come on.
A full house on the board?
I'll play the board, please. My goodness. So Joel and Nikki will see at least one more hand at this tag team championship.
Kind of wish everyone went all in that hand. That'd be interesting.
Alright, I think we are at, is that 20-40 board again? No. How do you go to 13 minutes? Oh, you're on break.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, but I think they're on break. They get a quick break.
We'll just play one more hand. I'm probably all.
Alright, let him play one more hand. Let him play one more. We're not gonna play.
Well, that's some good entertainment there. I mean, nothing happened, obviously. Nobody got eliminated. There was nothing really poker-wise all that exciting, but very fun to watch those cards come
Yeah.
out.
It's good, wholesome poker humor. So Joel and Nikki, and Nels and Bob, I think Bob, well, they're all from Minnesota. Joel and Nikki and Nels, they all know each other. And this is a really fun battle for them. On top of that, Nels' entire family is down here in Vegas cheering him on. But not only that, but Nels' entire family qualified for the main event tomorrow. It's a family tradition.
Sure, I love it.
Can Uzi do it again? No, he's going to fold. All right, so our two short stacks are going at it now. Joel, Nikki, Queen 8. Dave and Johnny, King 9. Can we see another full house on the board to see a chop? Jack 3, Queen. Joel and Nikki spike the Queen. A 10. Oh, gives him the straight. What a fun way to go out. Oh, there's a bonk. Wow. So Joel and Nikki eliminated in fourth place. We're now down to the final three teams. And we're taking a break. We'll be back after that. 3 teams left. You're watching tag team event. What is it even now? It's a tag team event. We'll be back soon. Okay.
All right, so on our way now to the conclusion. Everyone's got a little break and ready to finish this thing off from Las Vegas. This is Terry back in for the Uzi and Terry team.
Really a scary team.
Blinds are 20 and 40,000 with a 40K ante.
That's 100K per orbit. You need to finance. Dave and Johnny aren't going to last long, and that's why they're all in. And Nell's with a commanding chip lead, but you could piss that all away real quick if you double up a 300K chip stack or even a 150K.
I'm telling you, the more that you get into this situation, the less it is again about poker, and the more again it is about the luck smiling on you, getting it right.
I do have a wager to settle up with you.
That's right.
You threw a small ball of gaff tape across the room into a trash can.
Nailed it.
And it was 3-to-1 odds, $5. Here's 15.
Nice.
That 10 doesn't go into a slot machine. It's too dirty, so it's yours.
That's $15 large right
Yeah.
there. Just
And I don't know if it's because it's got so much dirt on it or if it's a fake bill.
it's
but
very grimy.
yeah.
It's a very grimy $10 bill. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna buy that slice of pizza I've been hankering for the past 2.5 hours. Cash money. It won't go into the slot machine.
No,
he
I
says.
tried 10 times. And it just didn't. So yeah, we're settled up.
It's a real gross $10 bill. It's
Yeah.
the viscosity of it
It's-
is really something.
It's seen places.
All right. Well, it's good to see a cashier for some pizza here after a little while. I'll tell you that much.
Nell's a fold over to Terry, looking down at Queen Jack suited. Instead of it being a unwritten law, it should be a written law that when you're three-handed, all in or fold.
Let's just get it going. But Terry elects to make a raise.
If you're just joining us and you're not on the West Coast, you're crazy, but you're watching live coverage from Las Vegas, Nevada at the Golden Nugget. We do have an all-in and a call. Dave and Johnny at risk with King 6. We got Deuce Deuce 4 on the flop. There's a jack for Uzi and Terry, and that's likely going to spell the end of the road for Dave and Johnny.
Dave, a very big supporter of Free Poker Network. Can't say thanks enough for all the work that he does. And, it's kind of organization that it is. It's people who love poker. If you believe in it, you're going to show up, you're going to play. And Dave organizing and running the leagues out here for Misfit. It's real cool to see somebody just kind of take ownership.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough in a previous life of working with the Heartland Poker Tour, or the HPT, watching that start. Same kind of belief that was, people who believed in it would
Yeah.
always show up, always tell their friends, try to bring as many people because they just love doing it. And that's exactly what Dave does out here in Las Vegas with FPN. So can't say thanks enough to him. All right, heads up. Here we go. Heads
We're
up.
down to 2.
Heads up,
which is 4.
4
2
players.
teams.
But 4 players remain, but 2 players playing.
Yes.
Make sense?
If it doesn't, wait an hour, and then it will. So this is again a tag team event. Are you the kind of player that wants to be on the table, heads up, or do you want your partner to just take the reins?
Yeah, maybe if I have more experience or they have more experience, it doesn't really matter. Just as long as I'm wearing that belt when I get into bed tonight, because I definitely would take it and wear it to bed. Probably sans clothing, just me and the belt.
You and the belt.
In the bed.
Belt and I.
There we are. So yeah, I don't know if it really matters who's and Nels has been running this entire final table. Bob, his partner, I overheard him.
Yeah. Uzi and Terry actually have the chip lead now.
Look at that. Nels and Bob had a nice moment before we got the final table started, and Bob had said, listen, I am so tired, I'm so beat, you just go. And Nels had said, I'm going to bring these belts home for us. And so hopefully, yeah, if they end up winning, we'll see a cool moment between the two of them.
Nels pairing his jack.
He's got two pair now. Flopped
I always miss those.
pair of sixes. Actually, he's got aces and jacks. He's got three pair, which doesn't play.
You're telling me it's hard to make a pair. He's got 3 of them. Of course, with Uzi and Terry knocking out Dave and Johnny, they've now acquired another bounty chip. It's another layer to this tournament. There's $1,500 in bounties. I believe the highest bounty you could pull is $500. So on top of going home with bracelets, if you've already qualified, adding another 10K to your chip stack for tomorrow's main event, you also could walk away with, if you cleaned house and got all the bounties, that'd be incredible. But up to $500 in one fell swoop. So Nels and Bob taking a little bit more of a chip lead, probably by 120,000 or so. One time streamed a heads up, 3 hours long. Imagine commentating that.
What you just described is actually the fourth circle of hell.
It was in Valley City. Luckily, the two players were good characters, great post-game interviews, but...
That's just unnecessary.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. This tournament started at 4 p.m. Vegas time. It's now 1 o'clock a.m. Vegas time. So we've been running this tournament for 9 hours. On top of that, some of these players might have played the 10 a.m. game. So you're looking at well over 12 hours. Prior to the Tag Team Championship event, there was 3 other qualifiers for the main event tomorrow. It's at 10 a.m. Players had the chance to, if they didn't qualify, had a chance to qualify in these 4 qualifying events. If they had previously qualified through their bar league, be able to add on more chips going into their starting chip stack going into tomorrow. Looks like we have a dealer change. Speaking of dealers, we want to thank the Golden Nugget for hosting our national championship for another year. Always really good hosts here, and staff is so warm and welcoming and on top of the game. Quick service. It's a treat to be here. At least I've been here for 3 years in a row. And I can't imagine it anywhere else. See, Terry here is looking down at Jack 10. Be looking for a raise. 100,000? Raise to 80,000. Might see it all in here.
Might see some fireworks.
Looks like he's gonna raise, but to what? Raise 3-bet to 200,000. Interesting to see what Terry decides to do here. Do we 4-bet all in?
And you really,
Do we call?
yeah, well, and you see the complexity of this. You don't want to let your teammate down. We've talked about that, but at the same time, you got to just go with your gut. You can't be thinking about, I don't want to disappoint somebody. Usually, when you're playing poker, it's you and you alone. It's a very lonely sport activity, whatever you want to call it. At some times,
I'll definitely call it a sport. There's the degree of endurance.
oh, here we go. All right, so
Okay.
we got a call. 440K in the pot. We're going to see our, I think, first flop of heads-up play.
Flop's gonna come ace, king, queen. I'm calling it. With the new dealer, we gotta make sure he's gonna put the cards where they can be read. I'm got 33% of that right. Nell's going all in. I can't see Terry calling here. He's got nothing.
Yeah, he's got no made hand, no draws really to speak of.
Just gonna. Our crowd thought that was it.
They're really pushing Nels towards a win here.
Yeah, that's it for that hand. But with that, Nels
Terry's tapping out.
Oh wow, can't. I'm sure he could handle the pressure, but it's nice to rotate around. Terry's been sitting there for maybe the whole last orbit and then some. So
Well, now literally you could switch out almost every other hand.
this is very true. Yeah.
And orbit's
Interesting
Orbit's
point.
much quicker when your head's up.
It's quite the astute observation.
And I don't know if we'll have. It might be kind of fun to see Bob get in there, but I think Nels is fully prepared to run this to the end. He's going to get the big blind to walk.
So Nell's up on Mike and Terry. 2-1. Very quickly could flip-flop if Uzi and Terry could go all in and double up. So Uzi is the last remaining member of the local Las Vegas Free Poker Network chapter, Misfits Poker. Would be a huge win for the Vegas folks here if Uzi can bring it on home. And it would just add to Nels' resume in poker that he won a tag team championship.
Raised to 200,000. 100,000, excuse me.
Okay, here we go.
We got some more action here. A couple more premium hands.
Especially heads up. I'm going to predict we see an all-in in a call. $250. Uzi's just gonna flat.
Oh boy.
No, he's all in. And a call. Ace Queen versus King 10. Uzi and Terry at risk for their tournament life.
But they're ahead.
Your flop comes 2, 4, 7, 2 diamonds. Neither player has a diamond.
Hearts.
Hearts. It's a jack, okay.
Kings and tens would end it.
And a 4. Uzi and Terry double up off Nels and Bob.
And the chip lead now swings over to Uzi and Terry.
Uzi and Terry have 3 times. Well, not really. I'm rounding down from 386 to 300. Just sounds like more of a mountain for
We're
for
going to
them
get
to
some of
climb now.
these yellows off of the table. Or the mango-colored chips, the 1,000 chips, are kind of useless at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot more manageable for the players to color up. And while we get those chips racked and colored up, go ahead and give a shout out to everybody watching online on Facebook and YouTube. We got 14 on YouTube.
All right. What up?
All right, we got a little bit more action in the chats now. Give some shout outs to Lance Palmer cheering for Johnny and Dave and Uzi and Terry. Must be a member of the Misfits Poker League. Roger Kimball rooting for the Misfits. Wicked Clown OJ's back in the chat. Steve Jaggs watching from Chicago. Let's go Terry and Uzi. Josh Manley giving some good luck vibes to Joel and Nikki. Josh Manley also saying he was Joel's former partner of a tag team championship. Joel's already won one of these.
Here's updated ship.
He won't be now. And Richard Jaglarski, and there's our updated chip count.
That was off.
We were off. That's okay. I'm going to call it a virtual tie. Insane.
Here's what we do. We just take the belts, we cut them in half, we find a Sawzall, and everyone gets a half of a belt.
Piece, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? No? No, that
You
doesn't
can't
work.
split that.
That doesn't work.
All right, Nell's looking down at King 5 suited. The dealer is the small blind.
Correct.
In heads-up poker. So a little bet and a fold. I have a, as we say goodbye to the mango-colored fruits, we will go through other fruits that are yellow.
So you got banana, mangoes.
Great, 25 chips hiding in the
What else is yellow?
A yellow apple,
Is there a yellow apple?
it says it here. Golden kiwis, there's yellow cherries,
Pineapple?
pineapple, lemons,
Oh, yeah, the lemon. Yeah, that's a good one.
apricots. I feel like they're just getting lazy on naming the fruits that have colors because 3 of them just had yellow in front of them. Oh, we're bringing out the big boy chips. These are silvers. I'm guessing they're 25Ks. So they're gonna,
Race off.
oh,
Ah,
to see who, okay, interesting. We'll see if that has any implications on the next
one
all-in.
extra chip might help you out. You never know.
Want to point out that the cards we're using, they are the RFID cards, of course, much more stiff than your regular playing card. So something to watch out for is fatigue of the dealer's hands. It, over time, shuffle time and time again.
Heavier card to have to shuffle. Sure.
Yeah, not as flexible. So we'll see if this goes much longer, if the dealer switches from using thumbs to shuffle, if he switches to maybe the finger, or the pointer finger. Oh boy. Uzi hasn't seen it yet, but he's gonna like seeing what he's looking at right now. Oh. His lip quivered twice. We're gonna raise 90,000. Nell's King Jack. We might see some fireworks here.
It'll be interesting to see if Nels opens this back up.
He said all in and a call.
Look at this.
Oh no,
What a
Nell's
spot.
king is dead. The king is dead.
Nelson Jack, king up.
Jacking up.
Nell's had more chips, right?
And we got a fighter with pocket kings. We have it all in his palms. Let me see a flop, please.
Ace, queen, 8.
Oh boy.
Nell's needs a 10. Or runner, jack. An 8, a 10, and a 10 only. There's 4 of them in the deck. And a 4! That does not eliminate anybody. Is that it?
That must be it. Yeah, Chip count maybe just
Chip
a
count
hair
was off. No big deal. That does it for our tag team event. Nels Peterson and Bob Schreiner out of Sauk Rapids, Minnesota. Second place. And your champions of the Chasin Bracelets tag team championship goes to, we've been saying their names all, Uzi and Terry Jaglarski. Uzi representing Misfits Poker here in Las Vegas, and Terry out of Illinois. Congratulations, fellas. And I think that's going to do it for us here for tonight.
See you this morning.
This morning.
See you back tonight.
We'll see you back later this morning at 10 a.m. is when our main event kicks off. Registration at 9. We'll be streaming tomorrow. Thank you for those that tuned in. My name's Brian. Chris Hansen next to me. Congratulations to our winners. We'll see you guys all tomorrow.